Ew, gross! What did you say? Ew, gross!
Dirty, dirty person. Come home from church, the next thing you know, I'm doing bumps off some chick's nipple. I don't know, man, it's the craziest fucking thing. But yeah, say no to the devil.
Listen to me and bring a coat. If hell's so warm, then heaven's cold. And I'll meet you there. And it's never been better before.
Hey, how are you? Welcome to That's Gross, your favorite hockey podcast in the world. The Florida Panthers, Stanley Cup champions, once again. And we're here to talk about it. JB and Jake, I'm Mike. How are you both?
I'm doing good. Jake, how
Doing
you
well.
doing?
How about you boys?
Yeah, man. I think there's a somber energy in the air. You guys feel it?
Yeah, it's a bit tough. You know, we kind of knew it was maybe gonna. I mean, we kind of knew it was gonna happen. I think we were in denial about it, but
For sure.
this team's just so damn good.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty telling that, I mean, you go back and listen to what we've said about this series, and the reasons we gave for the Oilers winning were straight up just delusions from the past or illusions from the past, you know, with Gretzky and Crosby, and, you know, the redemption story was very sexy. But the Panthers are just reality, and reality comes and kicks you right in the dick. So game 6 this time instead of game 7. I don't know, I feel like the most probably interesting point to talk about is just the two superstars. Like I didn't think McDavid, Draisaitl were bad by any means, but I think it's pretty obvious like those two didn't dominate the way they needed to. Now, kind of brings it to a broader discussion of just the fact that you need more than those two guys, regardless how good two players are. So I don't know what either of you think. I'll throw it to JB. I'll switch it up. Anything along those lines or anything else?
Yeah, no, I mean, you brought it up. Obviously, when something like this happens and a team loses the cup, you kind of immediately look at the big guns, both in Draisaitl and McDavid. Pretty much agree with you. I think, you know, I'm not putting a ton of blame on them. The spotlight is obviously on them, and I think that they didn't perform probably the way that they wanted to, and especially now looking back at, you know, losing another cup. But really, you know, the second part of what you said, it was more of what they didn't have. Obviously, Hyman got injured. That was a huge loss for this team. And I just thought that the depth really didn't come out for Edmonton. It was really whether or not McDavid and Draisaitl were going to be able to throw the rest of the team on their back. We've seen them do it before, but I really just felt as the series went on, you could just slowly see them losing it. They looked tired. McDavid looked like he went through a war. So definitely curious to hear. I don't know if you guys know or not, if any injuries have come out of Edmonton's camp. Have you heard, was McDavid injured or anything? I know there were some things that came out on Florida that they said certain injuries, but
Yeah, no, I didn't see anything about them. I saw the Panthers. I saw Barkov's hand. We were just talking about Kachuk apparently ripped his dick off. Or is it something along those lines?
Adductor or something.
Yeah, his dick fell off and he played through it.
Dog.
Long way from the heart. I mean, it's just, yeah, like it's hard. I guess where I was going is it's just hard to really harp on Edmonton, despite, like, you know, everyone wanted a redemption story, I think, but that Panthers team is just too damn good. Too damn fucking good. And hot take, Bruins opened the door for this. So you're welcome, Panthers fans.
I mean, they're saying thank you, Boston. I heard it all the way from here.
True. They thanked us. We just retroactively you're welcomed them. A little late, but yeah, Jake, I mean, anything from you, man? Your takeaways from game 6?
Yeah, I want to build off what JB was saying. Definitely like need
All right, go
more.
easy there. Put the lotion
What?
away.
Definitely need more from your top guys there, but like I wouldn't even put the blame on them. They're gonna take the blame regardless because just of how the public reacts nowadays. More so credit to the Panthers, especially like Barkov, just did a phenomenal job of shutting those guys down, specifically McDavid, because I mean, obviously he had his moments earlier in the series, but geez, like he didn't have a goal in the series, did he?
McDavid?
Yeah.
No, he had one, but he didn't have any point. He has 0 points in games 6 and 7 in the finals. So 3 total games, 0 points.
Yeah.
But I agree with you though. Like what you're saying is kind of what we were just saying is like it's more than just one guy. It's like that Panthers team, they're suffocating.
Absolutely. They gave him nothing. Like, really didn't give him anything.
Yeah, and it kind of brings me to something I wanted to throw at you guys too, is like in his post-game presser, he was asked, he obviously was frustrated. I mean, the guy probably wanted nothing more than to go home and not have to talk about losing to the Panthers again. But he described it as banging their fucking heads against the wall, like doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So I don't know. I think I kind of asked you guys in the group chat that we have before, but I don't know. Like obviously the Panthers had the better team, but do we think that there was maybe more the Oilers could have done and that they just kept banging their head against the wall? Because to me, it did look like their really only approach was let's not really change anything besides like change our goalie, jumble the lines, and then just hope we tie a game late and win it in overtime. So what do you guys think? Was there any strategy they could have done in game plan, or were the Panthers just too good?
I mean, I think it was honestly it was kind of a perfect storm, just in that mix of Florida being so good, I mean, their depth was unbelievable, but also, in agreement to what you just said. I mean, really didn't change much up. And I thought one thing that kept coming to me while pretty much watching the entire series was Florida's ability to get pucks behind Edmonton. And we've heard them talk about it before, pound their D. But on the other side of it, if you watch Edmonton, I just felt like they weren't intentional with the puck. Like there was a lot of times where it was like, McDavid's going to do McDavid things, and you're hoping that he, blows through everyone and can get into the ozone and get some pressure. But like I just didn't see a lot. I think a team like Florida, you have to try to turn the tables a little bit and get pucks behind them. Use your speed. I mean, that's kind of what you got to look at, right? Like, what is the biggest strength of Edmonton? In my eyes, it's speed, right? I mean, they have a ton of skill, but that's what you need out of those depth guys. Like, you needed a Trent Frederick dumping the puck in, using his frame, being effective. I mean, a guy like that, when is he effective? It's when he's playing the body and he's being smart with the puck. So, yeah, I personally thought they could have done, I think, a little bit more. Whether or not that would have changed the outcome, I think it was Florida's anyways. But I definitely think that they could have been a little bit more intentional with the puck and trying to push back a little bit to Florida. I think they played right into Florida's system, and
Yeah,
it was tough to watch at times.
I'd agree with that, man. That's kind of where I was going for sure. Like there was a lot of one and dones. Matt Kachuk called them out for being individualistic. Thought there was a lot of moments where it was like one guy trying to do it all. And maybe that starts with McDavid, like hot, not trying to be the guy who never made it calling out the best player ever, but I mean, obviously when you lose 2 years in a row, you got to take something from it, and you can say the team was better and they definitely were, but really not what you'd expect from those two. Right? I mean, they just got suffocated. So something's got to be taken from that, because there has to be a answer for how the Panthers play. Jake, any thoughts from you?
Yeah, you guys said basically what I was thinking. I definitely think the Oilers could have done some stuff differently. Whether I would have made a difference, I don't think so. I think this Florida team
Yeah.
was just going to win. Like they played a perfect series almost. I mean, the only 2 games they lost, Edmonton just made some crazy comebacks and kind of stunned them, which they both went to overtime, so it could have went either way. But yeah, I mean, going forward for Edmonton, I think you got some holes in this lineup. Maybe not holes, but there's definitely stuff that needs to change. Starting with goaltending, I think it's just way too inconsistent. You got to get a reliable guy in there. And the other thing I didn't really love, there's so many lineup changes. Like, yeah, I guess I understand, like, you have to make changes on the fly and go with who's working, but, like, at some point, like, it can't be changing that much. Like, you got to stick with what's worked for you for the whole playoff run. Like, they made pretty light work of the Western Conference. So maybe put a little more trust in there. But, like, then again, what do I know? Like, just a washed up club hockey player.
Hey, I'm glad you said it, not me. No, I mean, I hear you, man. Obviously, that's kind of where we're all at. But why don't we talk about Brad Marchand? I mean, we've talked about him a lot. He lifted the Stanley Cup for the Florida Panthers. I don't know if you can tell in my voice. I'm really excited for him. It's a lot of mixed feelings as a Bruins fan. I mean, it is like watching your ex-girl just get railed, but at the same time, it's a game, and that guy's put in 16 years for the Bruins. So, I mean, it's hard not to be happy for him, right? Does either of you two not feel happy for the guy?
No, of course I'm happy for him.
Jake, what was it like when you watched him raise that cup? Did you tear up?
It was pretty gut wrenching, honestly. Like, obviously happy for him, but should be in the black and yellow, black and gold. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Gun to your head. Well, it's the same thing. I got what you meant. But gun to your head, where does Bruins sign? I mean, where does Brad Marchand sign in the offseason? It's loaded too. You don't have a lot of time.
Like, I want to say Boston, but like I know it's like not going to happen, so I say Florida. Like, I think some way, somehow that team is going to they're going to be together again next year. Like, they're going to make it work. Probably.
You don't think they're going to?
They're probably going to win 3 more fucking Stanley Cups in a row.
Yeah, it does feel like we as Bruins fans are this is like a nightmare that we're in. But
yeah, it started
and
2 years ago.
I just Googled the Panthers because I'm trying to see what their cap situation is. And if you Google the Florida Panthers, confetti comes down from the screen.
No way.
That's unreal.
Just falls from your ceiling. Just confetti everywhere.
Yeah. Some guy jumps out of my screen and kicks me in the dick.
Oh.
Pretty much what it feels like.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much already happened. So it says they have 19 million in projected space, but they have to sign Ekblad, Marchand, Nosek, Bennett, Macklin or Mackey, Samaskevich. Nate Schmidt is a free agent too.
Oh, damn.
I mean, that's the thing that is really like we can't just like obviously.
Some of those guys are like replaceable though.
Well, that's the thing with this team is they seem to be able to just plug guys in because of their culture. Like Nate Schmidt's a good player, but he was bought out. He was bought out before, and all of a sudden they bring him back in, and then he looked
Like,
unbelievable.
if I'm the Panthers, my priority is signing Bennett and Marchand. And then if you can make it work with Ekblad, that's huge. But, like, again, that's a guy that you can replace. But obviously it hurts to lose him. Like, you just brought in Seth Jones. Seth Jones would take over, like, I mean, different players, but, that number one defenseman.
Yeah, I agree. And I also think they have 19, but that isn't counting Kachuk because I think this has him still on the LTIR.
Really?
So if that's true, that means they'd have 10. This is a big hockey podcast. I could just be botching this. Let's say they have 19. So that means, say you give Bennett 8, you give Ekblad 7. You have, how much is it? 8 plus 7. That means you have 4 left for Marchand. And then you lose Nosek and Schmidt and all those guys.
I don't think he's going that cheap.
Yeah, he's going to be the most interesting one, I think, because I think you're right. I think Bennett wants to be there, and he's too good of a fit. What would be what do you guys think if of those 3, who walks, who stays?
Ekblad walks. The other 2 stay.
Brad Marchand walks.
Yeah, where's he going? Boston?
Yeah, you didn't answer that question.
Yeah. He comes back. I think this was all in the master plan. There's a board I heard in Don Sweeney's bedroom. Just a bunch of different tacks in it, all over the place, players' faces, and Marchand's on there. And it showed kind of a dotted line over to Florida and then the dotted line back to Boston. Give him his cup, take the pick.
I will say,
$5 million.
You got to say this probably helps his case of potentially coming back, though, right? He got his cup, opposed to him losing in the finals or the second round or whatever.
I don't know, honestly, because
I'm not saying it's by a lot, but I'm saying it helps.
I mean,
because go ahead.
No, I mean, me and Mike had this conversation. Like, the biggest thing is, like, I would have loved to have just been kind of a fly on the wall when that all went down. Because it really is just like, how did that conversation get left? I know, Mike, you brought it up when we were talking just about Marchand saying that the door, isn't closed. But, did they talk about kind of the outcome? Like, was there, I guess, dialogue with, hey, go get another chance at a ring? Probably a pretty good chance, as we just saw. But, and then we'll revisit this topic and the door's open for you to come back. You just don't know what that conversation looked like. I think it's open. I think depending on the price, both sides would love to probably be back. I know we'd love to have him back, and obviously from the Marchand side, I spent so much time here. His family's still here. Like, makes sense, but I just don't know what other team I see him going to. That's my thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
The price is definitely going up, though.
Yeah. It's tough to give him 4 years, but at the same time, you're also like, dude, the cap's going up a lot. $8 million a year in 4 years or 3 years, like at the end of it, it might still not be terrible just because the cap's increased. But part of me feels like the main reason he wouldn't come back is it's almost kind of weird now, like imagine going to like, it sounds like silly stuff, but to think about the guy being your captain 6 months ago and then winning the cup with another team, it's like a hard time picturing him back in Boston. Like, they're not going to give him the C, right?
It is weird, yeah.
And it's weird, like, even just the element of like, all right, you're a Bruins fan. It's a game. At the end of the day, this is sports. It's television. Like, but there is hatred that's involved. Fans definitely feel it, but the players that are on the ice feel it. So I don't know. I mean, that's been the weirdest part of Marchand. Like, I understand wanting to go play in Florida. That team's such a good fit for him, but it is also like, I don't know, man. Like, that hatred for that team. I guess you can just, it just changes. But you'd almost have to think guys like Pasternak and just having him come back after that be very weird. Very weird.
Yeah.
So
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, it'd be like a Navy SEAL taking an ex-girlfriend back who just slept with the Taliban, you know. It's your enemy. So I don't know. We shall see on that. But Sam Bennett is a fucking animal though, eh?
Yeah, what'd you think about him winning the Conn Smythe?
I thought he deserved it. Led the playoffs in goals.
Yeah, I kind of wish it went to someone else, but
Yeah, I mean, he's just another Marshawn. Like he's a guy that if he was on your team, you'd love him. But in reality, like when he isn't,
I'm more saying I wanted Marshawn to win it. But
oh,
I mean, yeah, I
yeah,
do hate the guy though.
yeah, I would have loved to see Marshawn get it.
But obviously, I think we understand you'd love to have him on your team, but if he's not on your team, you hate him more than anybody. Like
Yeah,
with Marshy, but
Bennett just looks like his face too. Like I'm sure he's a decent guy, but
he might not be.
he looks just like he works on a farm. Just a meat and potatoes guy. Like maybe he enjoys milking the cows a little bit too much. You know, like you catch him over there with the cow and the udder, and you're like, why are you smiling like that, dude? But
Did you just call him gay?
no, I didn't. How is that gay?
Milking the cow too much? I don't know.
Cows are female though. That's the furthest thing from
It's
gay.
still the concept of it all, you know.
Well, I was speaking literally, and if he was gay, there'd be nothing wrong with that. But yeah, he's a dog out there. I would have liked to see Marshawn win for sure, but not surprised. Yeah, what do you think happens with the Oilers? Do you guys think they're gonna shake it up at all? I mean, one thing I thought was pretty noticeable, I talked to JB about it a little bit, is Evan Bouchard. I don't know. Is that another like Mitch Marner kind of guy where it's like, I know he put up a lot of points, but Jesus Christ. I thought he made some brutal defensive plays. No?
Oh yeah, he's got to be better defensively. I mean, honestly, most of their back end was kind of the same way. Like there were so many defensive breakdowns, which I feel like has been the case for them for a long time. Definitely something they need to fix.
Yeah. I mean, the goal, the Reinhardt goal, I didn't really think was Bouchard's fault. That was a pizza from Ekholm. I think it's kind of a situation. Maybe you need Bouchard to be your number 2. Like he's your power play guy, but he's not your number 1, like against top matchups. Ekholm might be a little over the hill too.
That's supposed to be Ekholm. I thought he was pretty brutal this series, though, honestly. Like that's supposed to be your shutdown guy, and he was.
Man, I just don't know if he was ever at 100%.
That might be true. It probably is true.
And I mean, are you asking too much from Matthias Ekholm at this point in his career?
Mm.
If you look at that Florida D, man, like they're all like late 20s, big, can skate. There's like 4 Matthias Ekholms that are in their prime.
I mean, you also said it off air, Mike. Like, imagine being a defenseman. You're out there for a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Think you might get the puck out. Puck stays in. Line change on Florida, and then you get Brad Marchand coming out.
Yeah.
As the third line, like that's the next wave. I mean, it's like I think the whole thing with Edmonton is like the McDavid Draisaitl does enough where it's like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet hole, but it's not. It just doesn't get you over that, that hump that you need to be able to lift the cup. That's the hard part of the whole thing. Like it's just, I don't know. The waves after waves after waves that Florida will constantly play with. I think for most teams, like that's why they're so good. It's what makes them so good.
Yeah, totally. I mean, Lundell and Luosterainen too. Like Marchand was just the cherry on top of that line. Second line, Bennett, Kachuk. For Hagee, I mean, it just doesn't stop, right? Reinhardt is an incredible player. The guys on Chicklets were talking about it. I mean, the guy scored 60 goals last year, and then this year was in the Selke conversation. And it's just like you just go up and down the list with them. So
they have 3 first lines.
Yeah,
But that third line, I mean, it's not a top line on a top team, but like some of the more bottom teams in the league, that can easily be a solid top line.
for sure. For sure. And I mean, it just goes to show, like, when the Bruins, we're all Bruins fans, when they won in 2011, you have a lot of guys similar age that kind of come up together. You get guys on good deals. Like we were talking, Sam Bennett. People are talking about giving him $10 million. He just won the Conn Smythe. He's making 4.25. It's like, all right, that's probably a big reason they're Stanley Cup back-to-back winners. All their top guys are on pretty reasonable deals. Barkov is incredible. I mean, we talked about his hand being ripped open. I mean, there was one shift in particular in that last game. I thought he was unreal. I think it was the shift to that goal that Verhaeghe put the puck on net and Skinner gave up that weak rebound. Barkov was just having his time of his life behind the net, like in the corner. Just spin around, spin, fake spin, like just men versus boys. So yeah, they're stacked. They're the team to beat. So I don't know. Do you guys think they're going to do it again next year?
Very well could.
Yeah, I mean, do you think the pain ends? Because as soon as we think we're out of the pain, it somehow finds a way to come back. So could see it happening.
Yeah.
Pain since 2011.
I mean, yeah, they had a lot of success, but obviously couldn't do it. Couldn't turn it around. Yeah.
I want to float a scenario out here for you boys. So let's say they re-sign Ekblad and they lose both Bennett and Marchand. What do we think about this team? How good are they still? Because I still think they'd be very fucking good. I mean, obviously that's two critical pieces of your team, but that roster is still fucking sick.
Yeah. I mean, I think with health, and then if they go at the deadline again, if you just get I mean, there's not many Sam Bennett's out there, but if you can find a guy, I mean, I'm sure Lundell could be a second line center.
I think he is a second line center on almost any other team.
For sure.
He's young. That's like a step up for a young guy.
Yeah, it could be time for that. We'll see. I don't know. Obviously, none of us know behind closed doors, like how much these guys actually just say, hey, like, should I set up my family for life with money or should I just enjoy it here in Florida? But yeah, I mean, I can see that too. And I'm sure they would still retool because their management's just so good. I mean, think back to that Kachuk trade. Like they've been building for years. I mean, guys, Barkov was drafted in 2013 to put it in perspective, right?
Yeah.
They were the joke of the NHL for years. Actually,
Since like 4 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I've brought it up before off of the podcast, but like, how long were the Oilers and the Panthers the joke of the league specifically? So
it was at the same time too, pretty much too.
Yeah, and so it's just kind of funny that now we're looking at, just these two teams just battling it out. So I don't know. I mean, you can call me a delusional Bruins fan all you want, but Connor McDavid, we've got a blank check for you in Boston. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
McDavid and Pasta.
dude,
The Bruins decor, Swayman.
so sick.
They could flip it around pretty quick with C-Mac or C-McDavid, C Jesus.
Jesus, dude.
I don't know if you listened to Chicklets today at all. I only listened to a little bit of it, but they were talking about like the possibility of McDavid leaving. I don't think it'll happen. However, Whit was like, if it did, he would have to tell them, kind of similar to like what Matthew Tkachuk did. So then they obviously trade him, like get something for him. What is like a trade we would make to get him? Because like I don't think the price would be like super full because like he's picking where he wants to go. And if he was like, I want to go to Boston, like they're not gonna like get fleeced because if he goes there and they give up everything, then like what's the point of him going there? So I want to hear like what you guys would like realistic like trade for McDavid.
A good question. I mean, I was actually thinking about this because there was a lot of rumors of Nugent Hopkins to the Bruins for some time.
For Olmark, yeah.
And and then I think when Omar was traded, people even like the Oilers were reaching out about Swayman. So I feel like it's the same deal, like you said. Like if the Bruins were actually to try to get Ryan Nugent Hopkins, like what are they going to have to trade to a team that's obviously trying to win the cup? Like they're going to have to almost like lose that trade immediately. If it's McDavid, I would say it's got to be a lot of first round picks. I'd say like 3 first round picks.
They have them.
And
they have
then
them right now.
Matt Patras, Fraser Minton. Like it's just like there's no comparables to Connor McDavid. So I have no idea. Pasternak, but then your team's fucked.
Going anywhere.
Yeah.
Not with Draisaitl just re-signing.
Yeah, unless there's some beef between them.
I don't think there is.
We should start it. Start DMing Leon Draisaitl. Be like, you hear what Connor said?
That's your fault.
Yeah,
Maybe if you showed up last year, you guys would have won.
Yeah, he said you don't back check hard enough. But yeah, no, it's an interesting question.
With that being said, would you trade Pasternak for Connor McDavid?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks to think about, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it would improve your team, but it's Pasternak is incredible, so it wouldn't really improve it as much as maybe some people would think. But getting a 1C would be crazy. But yeah, if you guys had the Stanley Cup for a day, what would you do with it?
That's a good question.
Drink a lot of beer out of it.
Second that. I don't know. I'd probably bring it to the children's hospital in the morning and then just throw like a rager in my hometown with the cup.
Jake, we have
both
like
friends and
3
family.
listeners, dude, and they're all males. You don't have to.
What? I'm serious,
you bring it to a
I'd
children's
give back to the
hospital?
community.
But you're not giving back. You didn't win it. Like I'm saying, you just get it as who you are right now.
Okay, but it's still like these little kids get to have a day, like see the Stanley Cup, like touch the Stanley Cup, mean a lot to them still.
Mhm.
Stand-up guy.
What a
He's a
good guy.
stand-up guy.
What a
Appreciate
great dude. JB
Yeah,
just beer.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, now he just makes me look awful, right? So yeah, I'm gonna bring it to the local hospital. It's like, JB, what are you gonna do? I'm just gonna drink so much beer.
Hey, I'm gonna drink so much beer out of it too. Don't get me wrong. But
Yeah.
after I bring it to the hospital.
Yeah, I mean, you had said like rager. I think it'd be cool to just have like a bunch of your friends, family over.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, both my family and then obviously my closest friends are all pretty big hockey fans. So I think that'd be cool to kind of just have a party and just stare at the thing, man. Just be cool to touch it.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm going with it. I'm taking it to bed. I'll have a party and then I'm locking the door, sleeping with it.
What's the first meal out of it?
I mean, probably cereal if I'm starting in the morning.
What kind
Yeah.
of cereal, JB?
It's honestly a good question. I mean, I'm a faithful
Hard
Frosted
question.
Flakes guys.
Frosted Flakes, yeah. I mean, you can't go like hell. You can't go like fucking Wheaties. You got to go like Lucky Charms.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Can you imagine Lucky Charms in the cup? Just start your morning off. Makes you think how brutal your mornings are.
With the sea salt still in it from when the last guy just took it to the ocean.
Yeah.
My head was going in a different direction when you said sea salt.
I mean, I hope no guys are doing anything like that.
Do you think it's been done before? I think it's been done before.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I've heard there's crazy stuff that's happening with the cup.
you got to think hockey guys are nuts. Like if they have the cup and they're like, I never thought this would happen. They're hammered. They're gonna do some crazy things.
I mean, have you seen it like today? It's got some new pretty big dents in it.
Yeah.
They're not treating that thing very well.
No.
Should be on a goddamn duck boat. That's why.
Bottom's all screwed up. Top's broken off.
I mean, dude,
So-
what's honestly crazy is like you think of if like Canada, if Edmonton won, anything they did would have to be so private. Whereas like JB, we went to the Elbo Room. Those guys are at the Elbo Room all day.
Yeah, just chilling.
Like it's public, there's street access. Like that place is there can't be any other bar that is related to an NHL team like that. It's one of a kind.
Yeah, I mean, that was also just funny because, like, they played that day. And it was just funny that, like, I don't know, you put yourself in Kachuk's shoes, or, I mean, it was him, Lundell, Spencer Knight. But, like, just like, yeah, boys, let's go have a couple drinks at the Elbo Room. Because, like, people left them pretty much alone. I mean, Mike was jock sniffing every single one of them, but outside of that,
That's not true. That's
it's
not true.
dude.
I
It's so
spiked up a conversation you were too scared to make.
Yeah. I was behind you ready to shake his hand, dude, and you ruined it. For all the fans out there listening, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what happened here. Mike told me, he goes, Matthew Kachuk's over there. I was like, all right, man, let's go. I'll follow the leader. He's our host, right? So you put a lot of confidence in him.
You're
Goes
listening
over
here.
there. It was probably about a 8-second conversation. Mike turns around. He's like, that's it. I'm like, what do you mean that's it? I didn't get to shake his hand. You just want to shake the guy's hand, you know what I mean? Didn't even get that opportunity.
Mhm.
Stared from across the bar for the rest of the night.
Well, yeah, he big leagued me. I don't know what you want me to say. I thought
What
I had
did
the
you
right.
say?
I thought
What
I had
did
the
you
right
say to
amount of
Matthew
beers.
Tkachuk?
I
Matthew
didn't
Tkachuk
have enough beers.
saw him at the Elbow Room. We're gonna clip this. What did you say to Matthew Tkachuk at the Elbow Room?
Honestly, man, I blacked out. I think I said, "Hey, Matthew," or something like that, and he turned around and looked at me. Like it was one of these. We didn't even turn his whole body; it was just his neck, and it was just kind of like a pigeon toss situation. Like anything, unless I was like, "Hey, man, huge fan," like, can I get a picture, or like had something to say? I think he was just like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And I probably had I did. I had a Bruins hat on too. So yeah, I mean, what I should have done is I should have, poured my beer out on him and said that's for Brad Marchand, but that wouldn't have aged well anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, he big leagued me, pigeon tossed me, and JB and I just waddled back to where we were with our tails between our legs. He got the last laugh. So wish I had a better story for you, a better ending, but I don't. Yeah, but next time the Bruins are coming back. They'll get my revenge in 2032 or something. But yeah, I don't know what else, guys. I mean, this is the end of the year. You guys have anything that stood out to you? I mean, I have a couple questions I could ask you.
Yeah, I don't got much if you want to try to run through those.
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right, how about this? If so, I'm gonna ask you both to give the others an answer for this. So if we worked for an NHL team, where would we be? And it's mascot, sound guy, video coach, equipment manager, and trainer. So I'll go first. I think Jake, you'd be a great equipment manager. I just think, you and the socks and the jerseys would be a good fit. And JB, I think you'd be a good trainer because no, I think you'd be a great mascot, JB, honestly.
Thanks, man.
Well, I'm just picturing you in that elf costume.
That is true. Did rock the elf costume. I'd go Jake as a trainer, massaging guys down for a living. And then I think I'd go Mike as the sound guy, huge editing guy. Could just see you putting some mixes together for the boys. But I don't know. I'd loop like sound in with like the video coaches guys, because you're a big analysis. You know what I mean? Kid loves to hear himself talk, so it'd be good.
Be like, Coach, that's offsides. You should review that. Then they botch it. Jake?
I feel like Mike would be the mascot. He'd be good at getting the fans into the game.
Firing the t-shirts off.
And then
All the
I don't
moms
know
would
about
get 'em.
sound guy. I'm gonna go more play-by-play commentator here. I think JB would be pretty good at that. Just like calling games.
Wow.
Appreciate that, man. That'd be cool.
You just need a microphone.
Yeah, I'm in the works of getting one, boys. Trying. I'm also using my phone, so it's not ideal, but
Yeah, we're going to have to figure this. We might just go back to Zoom or something, unless we can figure out what the issue is with your computer.
yeah, I don't know. But no, honestly, I mean, do you have anything else, Mike?
I think really, I mean, nothing really extremely big. Like, you guys ever play with any guys who had any nicknames that were funny or bad nicknames? Like, you guys know Maurice Rocket Richard, his brother made the NHL as well, but he was apparently like an inch shorter than him, and so they called him the Pocket Rocket. Kind of a tough one. So I don't know if you guys have any personal ones or anything else you've heard, but I mean, nothing crazy for me here.
I'm trying to think about guys I've played with, but my favorite one in the NHL would have to be Cole Caulfield. I don't know if you guys have heard his. It's the cock. I think that's a pretty cool one.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a pretty good reason behind that. So good for him.
Yeah, he's probably got a hog.
Yeah.
Hey,
To be
yeah.
honest, I don't really think I have any. It was really just playoffs of like people's names, typical hockey like nicknames, but nothing really crazy.
Yeah, you just add a Y to the end of it.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah. No, I mean, really nothing else, right? We were pretty dialed in on the final. We were hoping for a better result there, but Panthers deserved it. They're a better team. Really are the model of success in the NHL. So I think the next pod we're going to do will be the draft. So we'll talk about the draft and then get into some Bruins talk and whatever. Try to keep it light. I mean, I think, like I said, the energy's down a little bit, guys. I think we're hoping for Game 7 here, but yeah, guys, that's all I got. So
I got a nickname if you guys want to hear it.
okay,
A kid I played with for a while, actually, we called him Cupcake.
that is a tough one. What was the reasoning?
Yeah, so this kid was like 6'6" by the time we got to high school. Just a massive dude, but he didn't hit a goddamn thing.
So Cupcake.
He got the name Cupcake.
Yeah, that can't feel good.
Yeah.
That is tough.
That's a good one.
Well, hit something and then maybe get a new nickname.
What was your nickname?
Waddy.
Waddy?
Yeah.
Just like massive hog.
Yeah.
I actually did have another nickname. It was Hammer.
Yeah. I think the first week of living with Jake in college, he told me about that. He was like, yo, dude, like, obviously Jake's pretty easy to say, but if you ever just want to ease your name, just call me the Hammer.
No
Yeah,
way I
dude.
said that.
I forgot about that, but yeah.
It was crazy. That day was crazy, but no, boys. Honestly, I mean, we're gonna keep going here, right? We're gonna have more episodes, but I know first couple of episodes we didn't know how long we'd be going, and you know the following's starting to grow. It's obviously nothing crazy, but I've enjoyed it so far. I think we start to be a little more collaborative. That is watching, feel free to obviously leave comments, and we definitely want feedback from everyone. So, but yeah, looking forward to more episodes with the two of you guys. Been fun so far.
Yeah, likewise. I'm excited to get into some more Bruins stuff here. Obviously, we've been covering the playoffs a lot. and there's been a lot to talk about, so we haven't really got to talk about our Bruins. But we have a eventful offseason coming up, especially with the highest pick we've had in like over 10 years, 15 years. I don't know when the last time we picked this high was. But yeah, really excited to get into that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it'll be interesting with the playoffs. No actual hockey to talk about for the first time in this. So this is episode 11. So we'll see how far we go with it, and yeah, just keep. We're not a logistics company over here, right? So we'll keep growing, make it a little better every day, 1% better. And if you are listening, appreciate it. And
I think just to hold ourselves accountable too, Mike, right? Don't you have an announcement? Something might be coming soon.
True. Yeah, we have been designing some hats. We're all hockey guys. We all have, we all wear hats and stuff. So, I mean, I want to make some hats that I would wear myself. So I've been curating it very carefully with some feedback from these guys here as well. So keep an eye out for that. If you ever want to rep some gross hockey hat or something, we may have something cooking up. Good call. Good reminder there. But
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Buy
guys,
the fucking hats.
yeah, they're not even out yet. But I mean,
use code the hammer for 10% off.
yeah, just support the podcast, right? Because if you do enjoy this, then again, I don't know what hit you on the head, but we appreciate it, and we want to make some merch for you. And just in general, even people who don't even listen, we want it to look cool. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, again, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. See you guys.
Peace, boys.
See you.